So this is my 3D Worlds game, which has the features that you can click on play, and then it shows you the entire random spawned map. This is spawn each, and the green block up there is where you need to go at the end. It has a pause menu, so that pauses the time, and has volume. I didn't have time to implement the volume, even though there is a sound manager. That's a singleton. Um, you can also go back to the menu, and a new map is spawned as well each time. So the idea of the game is to get wherever the green block is by going upwards. As you can see, you're able to move around freely. I would have liked to be able to like move the camera around freely as well. I didn't have time for that, and I didn't have time for making the textures for the block so or like moving and making vaulting animations for the character. Um, but yeah, basically you can jump with double height on these trampolines, which in turn is like an effective way of getting up. As you can see, whenever you touch the green button, you become victory, or you take victory, and then you can play again and go back to main menu and so on. So yeah, let's go over the most important scripts. The first one is the camera preview script, which instead of using the uh, in Unity, there's a camera movement where you can preset the camera in different places and it moves it around. I didn't use that. Um, I made a script instead, which just controls the rotation and the movement behavior of the camera. And the first function rotates the object around the y-axis according to the rotation speed and the time elapsed, so time delta time. And then the has stop function handles stopping related operations for the camera. Um, and then the ascend upwards function manages the upward momentum of the camera and the object. And basically checks if the Y position is greater or equal to the specified stop height. Um, and if it's true, then it marks the object has stopped and calls the has stopped method. And if it's not stopped, then it just applies the upward velocity of the rigid body on ascent speed and elapsed time, and adjust the camera's position, maintaining the x and y coordinates. No, x and z coordinates, sorry. So yeah, and then we have the movement manager, which is just a movement script that controls the movement, jumping, grounding behavior. So like the movement and the unjump and jumping, and the collision, the collision that just handle collision events. If the character is grounded or is finished, then it's considered grounded. And then if the character collides with the trampoline, it resets the vertical velocity, makes the character as not grounded, and then it just applies an increased upward force to like simulate the bouncing. As you can see down here, just times it by 2. Then we have the I enumerator can move, so it just waits for 13 seconds, since it takes 13 seconds whenever you start the game for the camera to show the entire map. So yeah, I know it's a magic number. I don't know what else to put in there. Otherwise, you would be able to walk around before the camera like has started, which is not good. And then we have this last but not least, the cube spawner, which just makes platforms um, in the game, taking into account the type of platform. So like if it's a normal cube or if it's a trampoline, it needs to adjust uh, the different conditions to create like the special sequence of platforms. So if it's just a normal platform, it needs to calculate the the height and the width between the cubes, so the player can actually reach them, the same as with the trampolines. So it needs to calculate how much distance there needs to be, so the player can reach them. Um, so yeah, overall, it just handles the spawning positions of the platforms, and those are in like randomized, and according to the previous positions of the previous platforms. So yeah, that's the three most important scripts for the game. And I would have liked to like add some more, like the movement around of the camera while holding down a key, for it easier. Like if you have to look down or look up, it would be easier as well. And also add some textures to make it nicer, and the vaulting animation would be nice to have as well, and the jumping animation. But yeah, that's it.